Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I.
Welcome to episode 6. Episode 6 here, the Me, Myself, and I podcast. And I am your host, Mike Betancourt. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. Corey, thank you for being here. Appreciate it, because without Corey, there wouldn't be a podcast. Without me being here live at the VGB Studios. You like that? That's a good announcing voice. VGB Studios, live. Mike Betancourt here. Me, Myself, and I. Episode 6. Seis. Hell. Next time I'll do James Hetfield. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Hell. Ooh, hell. Yeah, yeah. No. James Hetfield working at McDonald's. Hey, Mr. Hetfield, can I get a large on number 3, please? Yeah, yeah. Can I get no mayo? No. I'm just having too much fun already. Thank you, listeners. Thank you for being here. But I'm not going to call you listeners anymore. Nope. We've changed that. I came up with a new name for y'all. That's very country-like. Y'all. Hey, y'all. I got something to say for y'all. I'm no longer to call you listeners or greetings, people. You are now, if you're listening to me, myself, and I right now, because you've just downloaded this podcast, and I thank you for that. You are now an MMite. That's right. Hashtag MMites. That's right. That's what you are. Me, myself, and I. Episode 6. MMite. Mites! The mighty MMites. MMites. So my fellow MMites, I hope you are having a great Sunday. If you're listening to this tomorrow, happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. I'm hoping your job is not shitty. If it is, I'm glad you're listening to this. So thank you. Let's get to business. Last episode, I introduced a few things. Number 1, I've introduced a thing called POD. That stands for the podcast of the day. And the podcast of the day I recommend for this episode, right after you're done listening to this, you need to go to this one, and that's called Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yes, Star Talk. If you don't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is, well, then you're an idiot, and you should be up to date with Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he is the baddest man on the planet, because he's an astronomer. I can't even say it right. He looks up at the stars and talks about it. He also redid The Cosmos. He brought that to Fox, and it was amazing. And Star Talk just talks about the cosmos, the galaxies, the nebulas, whatever you want to look up, and not talk about politics or BS or fighting or killings or what else is bad on this planet. It makes you escape from this planet. It really does. You're like, I wish I was a burning comet right now, falling to the oblivion of space, because that would be really fun right now. You don't ever have to pay any bills, so that's good. But yeah, no, it's not depressing. It's really good. It's actually really fun to listen to. And Neil deGrasse Tyson is really funny, and he has comedians on there as well, and they make listening and talking about stars fun and cool. You know, don't worry about gravity. You ever seen the movie Gravity? Oh my God. They should name that movie Claustrophobia. Holy shit. Hang on. I stick your hand up. I can't see. 2 hours of hyperventilating. How did people not die watching? I got you. No, I lost you. I got you again. I'm sorry. Help! Don't watch Gravity. Just listen to Star Talk, please. So yes, that's the POD of the day. We are youth of the nation. And the next thing I have is last week I introduced you giving me your best roasted email about this show. And no one has done that. And what I have to say about that is, well played, roasters. Well played. Very nice. You got me. Because I was expecting a shitload of emails, people talking shit about this podcast, and I was like, oh, man, I'm ready. And then not even one. You can email me at memyselfandI@gmail.com. But not one email. Very nice. I like that. But seriously, send me a roasted email. Then I could talk shit about it next. It gives me something to talk about. Okay? This is what I do. But, that's cool. If you don't, no worries. As long as you are listening to me, what the hell was that? Did I stutter saying M? Hey, over there. Hey. Oh, I hope everyone had a good week last week. Mine was very busy. I was performing comedy in Volcano. Does anyone know where Volcano is? Yeah. Now, you can't even look at it on a star chart. That's how far and small and distant it is. It's probably like 30 miles outside of Jackson. And you're like, where the hell is Jackson? It's probably like 20 miles away from Ione. They're like, where the hell's Ione? It's way the fuck out there. But let me tell you, it was fun. That's why I love performing in small towns, because they appreciate everything, because there's nothing to do. In a small town, everyone's known each other. Everyone's had sex with each other. Everyone knows everyone's business. So when they see someone else, like, hey, who's that? But they had a great time. I had a small crowd, though. It's probably like 12 people. But 6 of them were all these old ladies, like, 60s, in their 60s. But they were great. They loved the raunchy humor. They were pretty disgusting themselves. And they were just like, hit me with the best shot, brother. I've had dicks in me. That shit ain't going to offend me. Come on. I was like, nicely done. Okay. So it was fun. It was a pleasure working at St. George's. That was the hotel I was at. In Volcano. That was fun. Also, last Sunday, I was at the movie premiere that I was in called MamaBoy. And I'm glad I went to the movie premiere, because on last Sunday was 9/11, and I had to get away. I could not. I'm sick and every single year on 9/11, it's the same thing. I don't watch TV. My advice: this is what you need to do for 9/11. Don't watch TV on that anniversary, because it's depressing. It's sad. It's a horror. All day long, the towers came crumbling down. And the planes attacked and came crumbling down. That's when it's just like over and over and over. It's like bashing our heads in. Like, hey, if you don't listen to the government, this will happen again. Come on. Watch this all day. You never forget. And I'm just like, So I turned off the TV, and I went to this movie premiere for MamaBoy. And this movie is really good. This movie's about this kid. He's a teenage kid named Kelly Hackins, and he's an all-star baseball player. He's, the king of the mountain in his school. He's dating a preacher's daughter, and he knocks her up. But and she's terrified. She is afraid. She's like, what's my dad gonna do? He's gonna kill me. He's like, don't worry, I'll figure something out. And he goes to his uncle, who is a mad scientist, and they figured out how to change the DNA, basically transfer her DNA to him, making him pregnant. And and he has to deal with being pregnant in high school and trying to be an athlete. And I was in this movie, and I was the umpire, and his coach was Mr. Gary Busey. That's right. Me and Gary Busey had some words. So yeah, the kid, the star Kelly, he struck out, and then that's when Gary Busey comes out. What's going on? Blah blah blah. He's starting his thing, and then all of a sudden, I'm the umpire, and we get into it, and we have a dustorama, and it was a really cool scene. And it was my scene was like what, like a minute, maybe minute and a half scene, but that's good. That's enough FaceTime for you guys to see me. And it's funny. I will never do this again, but I had to do it this time because this is, my very first feature-length movie that I've been in. I had an umpire's mask, and before Gary Busey and I got into it, I made sure I took off my mask just to see the camera looking at me, and then me and Gary Busey got into it. I didn't say cheese. I didn't make it look obvious, but that's why I took off my mask. Normally, people are like, why would you take off your mask? You're fighting Gary Busey. Why would you do that? He will eat your face off. But I was willing to take that chance for my close-up for my very first feature-length film. I mean, who wouldn't? Corey? Exactly. Corey would too. He said, I would take that rabies shot for a close-up on MamaBoy. And it was fun. It was a cool scene. It's amazing what film is like too, because that scene right there took literally all day long to shoot. We shot like all different angles and stuff, and they try to find the best thing. And working with Mr. Busey, I'm going to call him Mr. Busey because that's what I addressed myself to him, and we're not drinking buddies. Not yet. Come on, Gary, you and me. One of these days, we're going to get drunk. But everyone was like, oh, my God, you're working with Gary Busey. What's that like? He's crazy. He's an asshole. He's outrageous. Well, you have to realize he lost half of his brain in a motorcycle accident, okay? So anything that's aggressive to him, he can't control his aggressive behavior. He acts differently than everyone else. His wires are just crossed differently, So if he slaps you on accident, that's just a reaction. Or if he kicks you in the nuts, that's just a reaction. He didn't do that to me because I said, I will bite your face off, Gary. He's like, oh, goddamn, I know who you are. You're Mike Betancourt. So that's right, Gary. No, that guy's a monster. Dude, come on. I went toe-to-toe with Buddy Holly. I went toe-to-toe with Mr. Joshua from Lethal Weapon. I went toe-to-toe with, was his name Anthony in Point Break? What was his name? Oh, my God. What was his name in Point Break? There you go. MMites. What was Gary Busey's name in Point Break? Email me next week or talk about it in a comment. Anyways, I went toe-to-toe with the animal. It was fun. And you have to realize, Gary Busey is a classically trained actor. I mean, this guy knows his stuff down to the grain. He's an actor's actor, okay? Watching him work off scene, on scene, and just watching him perform was just absolutely amazing. He's a director's worst nightmare, but he's an actor's actor. Okay, this is the director of the film. Very nice, very patient, very wonderful guy. I love him dearly, but he has patience because if I was a director on this film, I would have got fired a long time ago because Gary Busey, he may be wired differently, but he doesn't listen to anyone else. Now, he doesn't even listen to the voices in his head. He only listens to himself. All the other voices are like, no, Gary, do that. He's like, no, I'm going to do that. So like, here's one thing that Mr. Busey did. The director came up and he's like, all right, Mr. Busey, this is what we're going to do. This is the scene we're about to do. And we're going to go through this scene and we're going to do this, and this, and this, and this. And then we're going to start at this time. How's that sound? Gary Busey looks at the script once, looks at the director and goes, nope, we're going to do it my way. He gets up and he walks towards his mark. I was like, holy crap. I mean, who's going to tell Gary Busey no? No, we're doing it my way. This is it. So yeah, the movie is a really good MamaBoy. It has it had the premiere here, and then in October they're going to go to L.A. for the premiere down there, and then after that it's going to go to selected cities, and then hopefully get on video on demand. And it's a great, heartfelt movie. It has the ending's fantastic. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's a great ending, and everything that the journey of watching this movie is well worth it, because it has morals and values, and something that we don't have nowadays. And I think parents need to take their kids, tell them to unplug their cell phones, plug their computers, turn them off, watch this movie with the family, and have a good time because it's worth it. MamaBoy. There we go. So, yeah. So that's what I did on 9/11 instead of be sad all day because I can't deal with 9/11 anymore. It's too depressing, you know? It's very, and you know, I'm a veteran. Okay. I don't know if I talked about this in the last previous episodes, but I served my country right after 9/11. Actually, I joined in 99 to 04. I was in the Navy. I launched planes off the flight deck. I was on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt, Catapult 1. Catapult 1. There's 4 catapults on that flight deck, but Catapult 1 is one of the busiest catapults. We worked our asses off, and right after 9/11, we went overseas to Afghanistan, and then a year later, we went to Iraq. And it was a lot of work. So every time I see these videos, I always think about what happened on 9/11 to me. On 9/11, it was just, we saw the video, we saw the towers come down, and then our captain on the ship says that we were leaving a week earlier than expected. We're going to Afghanistan, and we're going to not be in any communications with anyone. So if you need to make your phone calls now's the time to do it. And everybody ran to their phones. And I couldn't get a hold of anyone except for my mom. I called my mom, and she knew what was going on. And I was like, Mom, I just want to let you know that I'm going to go to war. And she's like, I know. She's like, so when are you going to be back? I was like, I don't know, Mom. She said, when can you call again? I was like, I don't know. She said, can you email me? I was like, Mom, I can't do anything. This is the only phone call I'm going to make right now, and I don't know when I'll be back. And, she didn't cry. She said, okay, son, I love you. I'll be praying for you. And whenever you get free time, just give me a call. And I said, I will. And that was the last time I talked to her for about 7 or 8 months. And as a parent now, thinking about that, my mom was probably crushed and nervous on a daily basis. Praying that she doesn't see me on the news, praying that she doesn't see anything happen to my ship that I was on. And I was lucky. I was fortunate to be on an aircraft carrier, just launching planes, and not being a Marine or anybody or a soldier going on the ground and breaking through what they did. That right there alone is a terrifying thing. But as a parent, what my mom went through, that's even worse because she was helpless. She couldn't do anything. And a lot of prayer. That's why when I think of 9/11, I don't want to see towers falling down anymore. We've dealt with that for 15 years. Have you noticed that we've been on auto repeat for 15 years? Don't forget, 9/11, towers crumbling down. Then we went to war. As a vet, I have the right to say this. So if you have something bad about me saying this, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't give a shit. That's my right. Okay? That's the best thing about being a veteran is we can talk about what really went on. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a shit. If you can listen to Donald Trump, you can listen to me. Because I'm really an advocate right now. I'm starting to become an advocate for our fellow veterans because I just recently started the 22 push-up a day challenge. And 22 push-up a day is to raise awareness for all the suicides that veterans have that came from veterans. 22. That's the average. 22 a day of veterans committing suicide. That's a horrible number. Absolutely horrible number. And we need to do something about it. And what we need to do is talk about it. That's number one. And talking about what happened after 9/11 is first. Because has this ever occurred to anyone? Has this ever crossed anyone's mind that the reason why veterans are committing suicide is because they feel guilty, they feel betrayed of what our government has done to us? Whether you think 9/11 was an inside job or not, the government knew what was about to happen, and they did absolutely nothing for it. except for profit off of 9/11. Bush, Cheney, the whole BS commissioner report, Halliburton, it's all laid out. We have been lied to. We have been manipulated. So why wouldn't you feel guilty from that? We invaded countries for drugs, okay? Afghanistan has a shitload of poppy crops there, heroin poppy crops. So what do you do with heroin? You sell it here, and then why do you sell it here? Because then you create the war on drugs, and it's a cycle. It's a money-making machine. And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of being the pawn of that. But I'm not here to rebel against the government. I'm here to talk about our veterans. And I'm here to say that veterans, if you're feeling depressed, if you're suffering, not suffering, suffering's a horrible thing. If you're battling post-traumatic stress disorder, you are not alone. We are here. We love each and every one of you. If you want to send me an email, give me a call, hang out, shoot the shit, whatever it is, I'm here for you. Because you are just like me, and we are the important ones in this shit, because everyone forgets about veterans. And that's fine, because that's what a veteran does. You do your active time, you serve your country, and then you become forgotten, because that's what you do. You don't wave the flag and say, I'm a vet. But now veterans are committing suicide. Now we can't forget about them. Now we got to focus on them. They're taking medical stuff. They're taking hospital stuff away from veterans now. Now we got to fight for veterans' rights after we served our country? Fuck no. We should not fight for the rights for anyone because we've served this country. That should be an automatic given. If the president can be taken care of for life, why can't veterans be taken care of for life? Think about that. There should not be one homeless veteran. There should not be one veteran in a mental hospital. There should not be suicides from veterans. There's an epidemic, and we need to stop this. So I challenge each and every one of you to do the 22-day push-up challenge and do the same thing. Become an advocate. Become the voice. Help our veterans. Because guess what? You help our veterans, then what? You get the veterans on our side, you get the police on our side, and then that's how you overthrow the government. You don't overthrow a government with a protest. You don't overthrow, we're not going to do it. No, if you want to overthrow the government, you want to have a revolution, you get the police, you get the firefighters, you get the veterans on our side. Then once they have that, booyah, there we go. That's why, you know what? I'm also protesting. I'm not watching football, not because of what Colin Kaepernick did. He has every right to do what he did. Just like Jesse Ventura said, I salute him. Jesse Ventura is a Navy SEAL. All right, you're going to question the Navy SEAL. He is for Colin Kaepernick as well. I am too. I'm not watching football because I'm sick and tired of the cameras constantly zooming in on Colin Kaepernick. Is he going to stand up? Is he going to stand up? He needs to stand up right now. For the land and of the free. He's not standing up. But no one's talking about why he's not standing up. There's injustice, but we're not talking about that because as soon as that song's done, quick to the commercial. Hey, did you get your DraftKings? Did you guys do all that DraftKings stuff? Make sure your fantasy football, blah, 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 blah. And then it's forgotten until the next game. Well, that's bullshit. We're not going to forget any of this. 9/11, Halliburton, Bush, all the BS in between, all the lies. It's time for us to stand up and fight because you never know this. Has this ever occurred to anyone? What if people that are running the central banks, what if the people that are running the government, running the world, what if they're aliens? Oh, Mike, that's way too, you're stupid. There's no such thing as aliens. Okay, but you believe everything that you see and listen to on Star Talk about galaxies, about multiple dimensions, the event horizon. You are okay with that, but not one alien from another dimension has made his way to planet Earth and taken over? That's never occurred to you? That's never occurred to you at all? Not one bit? Really? But you're okay with everything that's going on in the world today. I think aliens have taken over a long time ago. And I'm surprised that I have not been eaten yet by the monster. Hail Zog. That's our new alien king. Hail Zog. Kneel before Zog. Not Zod. Zog. Anyways, so So yeah, first of all, if you think the aliens are taking over, if you don't think so, you need to watch the movie They Live with John Carpenter, starring Rowdy Piper. Okay? If you don't know what the movie is, this man, he is waking up. He found these sunglasses and he puts it on and he sees everyone's true identity. And this movie came out in the 80s. Okay? As soon as he looks at a billboard, puts the glasses on, it says obey. Picks up his glasses, it says regular advertising. He looks at the money, looks down on it, puts the glasses on, it says, this is your God. I was like, what the hell? And then he takes out, and then when he looks at people, he puts the glasses down, they're no longer people. The ones who are aliens can see, and they know that he's looking at them. Then they create. I'm ruining it for you. Watch it. Came out in the 80s. Highly recommend it, because you know what? They do live, and they exist. There's the title for the show. They exist. And it's time for us to fight the aliens taking over. And we'll start by not voting for Hillary Clinton, not voting for Donald Trump. Okay? Don't vote for any of them. Because A, your vote doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't care. So why do we need to go to the polls? Why? So we can act like we're showing patriotism? That's why? That's why we're doing it? Like, look at me. I voted. Then you take a picture of your sticker that says I voted, and then you feel good about yourself because you made a difference. The reason why I'm saying that? Because I've done that too. I am guilty of that as well. I've taken pictures of, I voted. And then I realize, what the hell's a superdelegate? What the crap is that? So it's but here's the beauty about this. This society that we live in right now, it's all going to come apart, and a new society is going to begin. And I strongly order everyone to make Rowdy. No, I can't say Rowdy Piper. He just recently passed away. I strongly make who would be a good leader of the world? Who would be a good leader? It would Mickey Rourke. Yeah, I know that's totally random, but Mickey Rourke would be a great leader of planet Earth. Think about it, man. Have you know how badass and how hardcore Mickey Rourke is? He got his jaw broken, and he came back to being an actor. I got my goddamn jaw broken, but I don't give a shit. Listen here, you alien bastards. I'm Mickey Rourke, and I'll give you a right hook, an uppercut, and then I'll jam you right in the nuts with my nuts, because my nuts are balls of steel. Mickey Rourke's balls are... I can't even think about it. Whatever. I just ruined that joke. But hey, you know what? That's what happens. You make your mistakes, and then you move forward. So, what did we learn today, ladies and gentlemen? Star Talk. Definitely listen to that. 22 a day push-up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that. And make sure you guys talk shit about me on roasted email. So send me a roasted email, me, myself, and I, at gmail.com. So I have nothing else to say about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. We got about like a minute left. I'm just going to sit here, wait till the time runs out, and then we move forward because we're going to be taken over by aliens. But guess what? Who do we have as the leader of the world? Mickey goddamn Rourke. Goddamn right. Let's do this shit. And Vice President, Gary Busey. Hey! Oh, he sounded like Beetlejuice. Hey, come on, Secretary of Defense, Beetlejuice. Come on. Say the B word one time, and I'll press the nukes. Hey, what the hell was that? That's the time, Beetlejuice. What time is that? It's time for us to leave. Also, folks, don't forget, I'll be talking about this in the near future. October 30th, I have a show called Schizophrenia at the Sacramento Punchline. Please start following me on Facebook. Follow me with my 22 push-up challenge. I've got videos of schizophrenia coming out, what it is. And then also, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Vote for Mickey Rourke as our next savior of the world. And I'm Mike Bencourt. You are an MMite. You know what to do. And don't forget, tortellini with bacon. Tortellini with bacon! Yeah!